as I told you before the break, the Minnesota Wilderness, located just down I-35, we're in a crucial game tonight. Game 3 of a best-of-5 series against the Anchorage Wolverines, where the Wilderness trail 0-2. So it all came down to this one. The Minnesota boys back at home in front of their home crowd and on home ice. Would that be the edge they needed to steal Game 3? Well, let's find out. Entering into the first frame of battle along the boards, Wilderness come away with it, and the Hermantown native Bo Janzig feeds the Grand Rapids guy Ren Mork, who rips the one-timer right past Liam Bierman, and the boys are buzzing with the 1-0 lead early here in the first. With just over 90 seconds left before the first break, Anchorage looking for the equalizer, but Adam Prokop gloves it, sits on it, and keeps this one locked at 1-0. So the second we go, Alessandro Lurati with the 2-on-1, giving the centering pass right down Main Street to Daniel Astipovich, and nothing but twine for him top shelf. The Wilderness jump out to a 2-0 lead with plenty of hockey left to play. The Wilderness double their lead from here and hold on to their playoff hopes, winning 4-1 over Anchorage. Must win Game 4 tomorrow night, same time, same place.